Welcome to Yarra Trams. This video provides you with the information you need to plan your journey, get on board and complete your trip as easily as possible. Yarra Trams is working closely with the Victorian Government to enhance the accessibility of the tram network. In 2004, Melbourne's tram network had approximately 40 accessible stops. Today, there are over 330, with more set to open in coming months. With 50 new trams on order, the total number of low-floor trams on the network will increase to 150, making access to our tram network even easier. Before you travel, be sure to take the time to plan your journey to reduce the likelihood of unexpected challenges. Yarra Trams and Metlink have a number of tools to help you plan your journey according to your specific needs. You can visit the Metlink and Yarra Trams websites to check maps, timetables and ticketing information. You'll also find a journey planner to help determine the public transport options for your trip. With Tram Tracker, you can check real-time tram arrival information for the next 3 trams at a specific stop and whether they'll be low-floor vehicles. Tram Tracker is available by phone, SMS, online or an iPhone application. For train, tram and bus information by phone, call Metlink on 131 638. At major tram stops in the central business district of Melbourne, Yarra Trams has customer service employees on duty during peak hours or at Federation Square between 7:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. every day. People using most types of mobility aids can board low-floor trams at accessible stops. It's best to check before you travel whether there's an accessible stop near your destination. A full list of accessible stops is available online at yarratrams.com.au. Depending upon operational availability, we aim to make every tram on routes 96 and 109 a low-floor tram. Routes 5, 6, 8, 16, 48 and 72 are partly serviced by low-floor trams. To make things easier during your journey, it's a good idea to buy your public transport ticket before you travel. Melbourne is currently making the transition from Metcard to a smart card ticketing system called Myki. While some passes are now only available on a Myki, you can continue to use Metcard for concession and full fare travel. You can purchase and top up a Myki online at myki.com.au or by calling 136954. Myki is also available at staffed railway stations, the Myki Discovery Centre at Southern Cross Station and the Met Shop at Melbourne Town Hall. You can also top up your Myki on some tram stops fitted with Myki machines. Metcards can be purchased online at metlinkmelbourne.com.au or by phoning the Metcard helpline on 1800 652 313. Metcards are also available from Metcard retailers including the Met Shop, at train stations, from bus drivers and from coin-only ticket machines on board trams. There are more than 1,700 stops on Melbourne's tram network. Each stop has a stop number, which is displayed on a flag or signpost, as well as a unique Tram Tracker stop ID number to help you use Tram Tracker. Each stop has timetable information, and most have a relevant route map. Details of planned disruptions and service changes are posted at all affected stops in the passenger information display case. The tram network has more than 330 accessible stops. Most accessible stops offer shelter, priority seating and allocated spaces for wheelchairs. Approximately 150 stops are equipped with passenger information displays, which show the predicted arrival time and destination of the next services due to arrive at the stop. Some CBD accessible stops have customer service staff to assist passengers during peak periods. They are Melbourne University in Swanston Street at Faraday Street, in Swanston Street at La Trobe Street, in Elizabeth Street at La Trobe Street, the Elizabeth Street terminus at the corner of Flinders Street, in Flinders Street at Swanston Street, in Swanston Street at Federation Square, in Collins Street at Spring Street, and the Melbourne Town Hall stop in Collins Street at Swanston Street. Customer service staff can show you where to wait to be close to the doors. Stops with passenger information displays also provide tram arrival information for passengers with a visual impairment via an audio button. In addition, accessible stops have a tactile strip along their length, indicating the safe distance from the edge of the stop. Once you've planned your journey and you're at the tram stop, make sure you board the right tram by checking the route number and destination display on the front. As a safety enhancement, the doors on our trams have been painted yellow. When boarding the tram, please be aware of the gap between the accessible stop and the tram. The gap can vary due to the specifications of some of the older accessible stops, the model of tram, or even the number of passengers on board. The type of mobility aid or pram you use makes a big difference when navigating gaps. Wheelchairs, scooters and prams with larger wheels can cross larger gaps than those with small wheels. On low-floor trams, a warning tone sounds when the doors are about to close. These trams have 2 allocated spaces for passengers using mobility aids or prams. Inside the tram, please take a seat or hold on to one of the high-contrast grab handles, a pole or the back of the seat. All trams have priority seats near the driver for people with special needs. If you're in a wheelchair or scooter, please get on and off low-floor trams through the centre doors marked with the wheelchair symbol. Route maps, brochures and driver's announcements in the CBD will help you to know where you are along your journey. Yarra Trams customer service staff, including authorised officers, can provide you with assistance. While Yarra Trams and the state government are working to increase the number of low-floor trams on the network, there are more than 300 older model trams servicing the majority of Melbourne's tram routes. If you have special needs that mean you may need to speak to the driver during your journey, or simply want to be close to the doors, there are priority seats located just behind the driver in all trams. Low-floor trams have additional priority seats in the middle of the tram near the accessible doors. Other passengers are required by law to vacate these seats for you upon request. Remember, you should only speak to the driver when the tram is stopped. Melbourne has 3 kinds of low-floor trams. Citadus trams have 3 sections or modules and operate mainly on routes 48 and 109. If you're using a wheelchair or scooter on a Citadus tram, press the green stop button. This alerts the driver that you need to get off at the next stop and that the bridging plate should be deployed to help minimise the gap between the tram and the accessible stop. Combino trams have either 3 or 5 sections or modules. Combino trams have doors that close automatically after a set time. If you are on a Combino and think you might need extra time to get off, press the blue button to alert the driver on approach to your stop. The button is located between the priority seats. This blue button gives you extra time to exit the tram through the doors labelled with the blue wheelchair symbol. The final type of low-floor tram is known as a bumblebee. There are 5 distinctive yellow bumblebee trams operating on Route 96. These trams have fixed bridging plates to minimise the gap between the tram and accessible stops. Your safety while travelling with Yarra Trams is of the utmost importance to us. If you're standing at any time during your journey, even when the tram is stationary or when you're using the ticket machines, please be sure to hold on tight to a grab handle or a pole. Sudden stops are sometimes necessary to avoid a collision. Please take care when getting on and off the tram. You should always check to ensure that approaching cars or cyclists have stopped before stepping out onto the road at curbside stops. Signage at stops indicates connectivity with other modes of public transport, such as trains and buses. All trains are accessible with the assistance of the train driver, who will deploy a ramp. Many bus services operate with low-floor buses. For more information on connectivity across Melbourne, visit metlinkmelbourne.com.au or call Metlink on 131 638. Travellers' Aid Centres in Bourke Street, as well as Southern Cross and Flinders Street stations, can provide you with the assistance you need to complete your journey safely and confidently. For more information, visit travellersaid.org.au. Yarra Trams values your opinion. If you have any queries, suggestions or concerns, please call Customer Feedback on 1800 800 166 or fill out our online feedback form at yarratrams.com.au. We hope this video has helped you prepare for your journey. To request a copy of our accessibility guide, please call Metlink on 131 638. This information is also available online at yarratrams.com.au.